Hey, how you doing? Now, today you might be here going, my heart's really not in this. Maybe what you got to do today, maybe what's going on in your life, you're like, man, my heart's not in it. And that, I think it's one of the worst experiences, right, when it comes to our lives. When your heart's in it, there's this passion and you're like, yes, and there's this focus, and there's this sense that, man, I was made for this, we'll even say. But when your heart's not in it, it's rough, and that's a signal to us that God gives, because He's merciful and He's awesome. That this goes, look, there's something going on. Just like when the doctor says, hey, there's something wrong with your heart, God says it too. And what we're talking about during this whole season of Lent is that very issue. Your heart, it matters. You got to look at it, right? And then sometimes our hearts can be against God, and our hearts can go, man, I'm not going to listen. And God wants to deal with that. In Luke chapter 10 is where we are today, in verse 13. Now the context is Jesus is sending out the 72. He's sending out these disciples, these followers of His, to go and bring the good news. And what He's saying, there's going to be people that are going to be like, yeah, and high five you, and they're going to, let you stay at their house and all these other things. But then there's other places, like, man, that aren't going to receive you. And they want nothing to do with you. They want nothing to do with, and really not so much them, but they want nothing to do with Jesus, with forgiveness. They don't really want to change their lives. They don't really want to listen to what God has to say. I mean, I got to remember that I need to hear what He has to say, even when it's not, even when it's the truth I don't want to hear. Like, maybe I'm being selfish. Maybe I'm not looking at things the right way. Maybe I'm caught up in a competition and I'm not even aware of it. But then it becomes, right in front of my face. I got to deal with it. So Jesus pronounces this kind of like a warning. He says, woe to you, Chorazin, woe to you, Bethsaida. For if the mighty works done in you had been done in Tyre and Sidon, He says, they would have repented long ago, sitting in sackcloth and ashes. So the point of that is, even really, really bad people, like if they saw the God working, and if they saw those things, man, they would have turned from sin. They would have said, no, I'm not going to have any of that at all. And they would have done like those visible things, right? They would have put on sackcloth, and they would have sat in ashes. They would have, these were signs that their hearts were just being torn apart by this, and they were so. It was beyond sorry, right? They were like, God's got us, and we need Him. And we need Him. It's a warning to all of us, man, to look at our hearts and to realize, like what is God saying to you today? Like, what are the amazing things that He's doing? Because we get to see some incredible stuff. I don't know about you, but I see God working in my life. And so He should have all my attention. And again, even when it's something I don't want to hear about me, I need to look at my heart and say, all right, Lord, I need to just lay this down and say that I need Your forgiveness. Because that's why You came, that's why You suffered, that's why You died, that's why You rose, so that I could be free. Not trying to explain away, not trying to rationalize, but listening and being almost eager to hear the hard thing, because I know that through that is freedom and forgiveness and life and hope. So I want that for you. So again, realize that even if it hurts, it stings, right? God's doing surgery, man. God's going after what it is that's doing a number on your heart, and He's healing it with his life, death, and resurrection of Jesus for you. All right. Hope that helps. Have a great day. Hit that subscribe button and share this with somebody in your life, and we'll talk to you next time.